The Greek philosopher Leucippus was the first person to suggest that everything in the universe is made of very small parts. He believed that if we kept dividing matter into smaller and smaller pieces, we would eventually reach something so small that it could not be divided any further. His student, Democritus, agreed with this idea and called these tiny, indivisible parts, atomos, which means uncuttable. This is where the modern term atom comes from. However, this idea was not based on experiments but on philosophy. Famous philosophers like Plato and Aristotle disagreed with this theory. They believed that matter could be divided endlessly into smaller pieces. Because Plato and Aristotle were highly respected, most people followed their ideas, and the concept of atoms was ignored for centuries. In the 17th century, a scientist named Robert Boyle challenged these old ideas. In his book The Skeptical Chemist, Boyle argued that we cannot know the true elements of the universe just by guessing. He said we needed experiments to find the basic building blocks of matter. Boyle explained that any substance that can be broken into simpler substances is not an element. For example, air, once thought to be an element, can be separated into oxygen and nitrogen. Oxygen, however, cannot be broken down further, so it is a true element. Over time, scientists discovered more elements and organized them. In 1869, Dmitry Mendeleev, a Russian chemist, created the periodic table, which grouped all known elements based on their properties. Then, in 1911, Ernest Rutherford conducted the famous gold foil experiment. He discovered that atoms, which make up all elements, are not solid but have a small, dense center called a nucleus. The nucleus is surrounded by electrons, which are tiny particles with a negative charge. Inside the nucleus are two types of particles: protons, positively charged, and neutrons, neutral. The number of protons in an atom's nucleus determines what element it is. For example, oxygen has 8 protons, and gold has 79 protons. Later, scientists found that even protons and neutrons are not fundamental particles. They are made of smaller particles called quarks. A proton is made of 2 up quarks and 1 down quark, while a neutron is made of 2 down quarks and 1 up quark. Today, we know that the universe is made of particles like electrons and quarks. Scientists have identified 16 fundamental particles so far. These particles make up everything in the universe. However, recent discoveries show that all the matter we can see and touch only makes up 5% of the universe. The remaining 95% is something mysterious. 27% is dark matter, and 68% is dark energy. Dark matter and dark energy are not fully understood. Scientists know they exist because of their effects on galaxies and the expansion of the universe. We call them dark because they are invisible and unknown. Despite this, we are sure they play a major role in how the universe works. Science is always evolving. With new experiments and discoveries, our understanding of the universe keeps improving. We may not know all the answers yet, but every new question brings us closer to understanding the mysteries of the universe. If you want to learn more, keep exploring, reading, and asking questions. Science is a journey, and there is always more to discover.